Well, here we go with a trader rundown. Let's bring in Michele Schneider, Managing Director of the Market Gauge Group. Michele, as a pro trader, you say it's important to pay attention to the metals market right now. What are you seeing?
Well, the reason why I say that is because we're in a situation right now where the U.S. dollar is still vulnerable. It had a little bit of a rally last week, and that affected the metals. And the rates, which actually people would expect to go down with the tightening of the yield curve, has actually risen a little bit. And so where is gold and silver right now, I think, is an interesting part of the puzzle, particularly as we wait for the decision on whether or not Pelosi and Mnuchin can come up with a stimulus package ahead of the election. So there's a lot at stake, and we have a bunch of earnings. So essentially, gold and silver, after making new highs, and I've been very bullish for a long time, I sort of went to a neutral stance. And that's because right now they are just going sideways. It's very choppy range. They're beneath a 50-day moving average, which actually has a negative slope, which means what we're seeing in the indicators of momentum, that the momentum has declined. So for those that are rushing in to buy the metals right here, I would be relatively cautious, rather looking for maybe one more catalyst to bring them down in price, maybe with SLV closer to 2150, with the GLD closer maybe to 175 to 177. And then I feel your risk would be more easily controlled. So right now we're aside, we have still position in silver, but we're completely flat in gold, and actually looking at the metal miners, particularly copper and steel.
Tell us more about that, because copper and steel and so many metals are tied to the economy, and really tell us what's happening with the economic recovery.
Well, just the opposite of what we have been talking about with the gold and silver and throughout the entire 2020 after the April nadir is that XME, which is the ETF for the metal miners, has been sort of dull. Copper's been going up more for the housing industry, but steel and some of the other metal miners there have really basically underperformed. Just the opposite of what gold and silver has done. That momentum is actually flipped more positive right now, showing a divergence in that could be where the next move is. So it's always interesting to follow the money rotation.
Thank you so much for your Trader Talk today, Michele. For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.